a good day. Well, today I'm in my she shed or my she shack doing my homesteading duties, and we're going to do our first canning. Yes, my first time really canning. Now, you know what? I've done it before in the past, or attempted to, and I'll talk to you about that later. But what we're going to do today is I'm going to can some chicken. And I've got lots of notes, and we're going to do this process together. It's going to be my first time. I hope it comes out well. I've taken a lot of notes. So let's get started with this canning, okay? Come on, guys. Guys, okay. So I know you can hear that noise. I told you guys before, that's my cooler, and it goes up and down, up and down. I just thank God that I have one right now, especially. But I want to show you what I'm going to be working with. I have a Presto pressure canner, Presto pressure canner, and it is a 23 quart size. I'll show you the canner in a minute, but there's a lot of really good information in here. It explains everything to you. It explains what parts of the gadgets that you're using and why you're using them, and try to keep a hold of this guide. You know, anytime you get a guide from the manufacturer on a product, it's always really, really good to keep a hold of it. So I've made notes, and I've been reading it. There's a lot of really nice recipes in here that I'm going to try, because I plan on having a ton of canned goods, things that I've canned, from meat to vegetables to jellies and jams, and we're going to do the whole works, and we're going to do it together, and we're going to learn together. Like I said, this is really my first time canning. I did years ago. I think I tried to do it, and I think it scared me half to death, and I stopped using it as a canner and started using it as just a big pot to cook in. But some of the things that I have that I thought would be really amazing to have, I got, to start out with, I have a book, Ball Canning Back to Basics, and there's a lot of recipes in here, a lot of really nice recipes. I also have another book coming that I got, I think a couple of more books, but one that I'm really anxious to get, that was recommended by, her name is Homestead Heart. Now, guys, if possible, go to her videos, because this woman knows what she's doing, and she's very informative, and I've learned so much from her. As a matter of fact, this recipe that I'm going to be doing today is basically one that I got from her channel. I'm going to adjust a few things, but the basics are from her channel, and I've just learned so much from her. So get your books, use your manual. Also, I went on the internet and I got, you know, canning meat. I didn't know that you could can meat, guys. I had no clue. So as I was saying, I've taken lots of notes, and I got this particular recipe from Homestead Heart, guys. Check her out. She's amazing, like I said, and I'm learning a lot from her. She has a whole canning series, so I'm going to be canning everything on her canning canning playlist. So let me show you some of the tools that you're going to be needing to do the canning with, okay? Okay, guys, so this is the box that the pressure cooker comes in. I got it delivered, so it was just covered in plastic and this. And it's got some really interesting information on here. It tells you that if you're doing half a pint, you can put 24 jars in your canner. If you're doing pints, you can put 20 jars in, and that's double stacking it. If you're doing quarts, you can put 7 jars in there. And what I really like about it also, on one side of it, it gives you all of your, tells you where everything is, and eventually I'll be able to call them by name and point them out to you. But for right now, I have to look at my notes. But this is your power gauge, and that's this piece here, the power gauge. We have the vent. I will show you the vent when I put the box down. This is the pressure regulator, and you must have this. You cannot lose this. This is the pressure regulator, and it has 2 weights on it, and each weight is 5 pounds. And we'll talk about this part. You have, I said, we'll talk about the vent. It's durable, polished, aluminum finish. So let me show you the canner. Okay, this is the canner right here. And you can see how wide it is, and how, you know, you can just fill it up to the brim almost, but you don't want to fill it up to the brim. I want to show you also the rack that comes with it. This is the rack that comes with it. And you just put the rack at the bottom. That's how it looks when you place it at the bottom. And then what I did was I bought additional racks because I knew that I wanted to, you know, stack them whenever I needed to. And it's not a good idea to stack the jars on top of each other. You should always use a rack. So I've got 2 additional racks. I don't know why. I guess they came in 2s. So I have an additional if I need to at any point stack it. Today, I only have about 9 pounds of chicken breast, so I don't anticipate having to stack. Although it depends on how many I'm actually able to get inside of here. It said on the box, I think it said I could get 9 jars, but then somewhere else I read that you can only get 7. So we'll see. If it's 7, then I have my racks and I'll be able to stack it. Okay, so let me show you the lid. Now, this is the lid, and this is the different parts of it. Your gauge, it's going to go in here, so I'm going to have to, you know, unscrew it from here and apply the gauge in there. And then once it starts, this is the vent here, and once it starts venting for at least 10 minutes, that's when I will place my weight on it, and to keep it at that pressure. This is called the nipple, and when you're pressure cooking, you want to make sure that, well, this is going to rise, but before you open it, you want to make sure that your gauge goes from, it's going to be at 10 pounds, so I'm going to have it at 10 pounds, but we want to make sure it goes all the way down to 0 before we take it off. But we'll go through all of that when we start. Now, the one thing that I did do, you wash your everything thoroughly, and I did notice that when I was putting, you know, trying to close the lid and open the lid, it was really, really hard for me. And I have, you guys know that I have very bad hands. So what I did was, and I read this somewhere, that each time, you know, you use it, you can go ahead and thoroughly clean your equipment, and take this off and thoroughly clean it, and rub a little vegetable oil in here. If you notice here, see how this opens? That's where the lid is going to kind of slide into that to help close it, okay? So I'm just going to put this back in. And you want to be, you know, you want to treat your equipment really carefully, because, you know, if you damage this, then you've got to go out and you've got to buy another one. So Now the lid is in there, and we're going to just unscrew this so that we can put, very easy. So we want to put this in here. So what I'll do is I'll put this here first. Put this here and put that there and kind of hold it to the side and screw it. So I'll come back with you guys when I get that part done. Okay, so here's our canner. Look at that beauty. Isn't it beautiful? It is gorgeous. And I'm going to show you some of the features of it. But first I'm going to open it again. But okay, so here's the canner, and I have my notes with me because you know this is new for me too, guys. And so we're going to go over the different parts. Okay, now one of the very, very important parts of this canner is this regulator. Now, I thought that it says it's 15 pounds, and I thought that this regulator had 3 different parts. I thought it looks like a double seal here. I thought you could unscrew one of these and make it, with this part here, make it 10 pounds. But this is 15 pounds, and this is the only size that this comes in, is the 15 pounds, and we'll talk about why. But you must have this. You must keep track of it, and you really can't use your canner without this. You need to have this. Now, so that is your weight regulator. That's basically what it's called. It's called a pressure regulator. Now, let me tell you why it says it's up to 15 pounds. For the altitude and the height that I'm in, I need 10 pounds of weight. This is 15. So I'm like, how do I get it to 10 pounds? I was really, really confused, and I thought it worked with this, but it does not. This has nothing to do with where my weight is going to be. This is simply to make sure that your pressure in your canner does not exceed 15 pounds. It's only to make sure that the pressure in your canner does not exceed 15 pounds. From all the videos that I watched, no one made that clear. So I'm making it clear to you so that you won't be as confused as I was. I actually called the company today, and I got clarification on a lot of things. So that's what that's for. Now also, this is where you're going to monitor your weight according to the altitude from your gauge. It goes from 0 over here to 20, and then it's got a thing here that says caution, because it'll probably explode on the glasses and everything will burst, or I don't know what. I hope I never find out. But mine need to be on 10, and it will go up to the 15 because that's where this comes in. That's where this comes in. It will hold it at 15. And when I was canning last night for the first time, it did indeed hold it to 15. It did not go past 15. But I don't want it at 15. I actually want it at 10. So I have to monitor my flames to keep it within the 10 pound right there. That's what I have to do. Now, this part here is, right there is the vent pipe. That's where the steam is going to come out of. The steam is going to escape so that there's not that much of a buildup inside of your container. I did not understand this important part here. I did not understand how it works, and my gauge kept going past the 10. Sometimes it went up toward the end, it went up toward close to 15. It was like, 13, 14, 15, and I couldn't figure it out. So what I did was I called Presto this morning, and I talked to them and I told them what I did, you know, that it was moving constantly. When I was cooking, it wasn't making a jiggly noise, but it was kind of moving. She said, this is not to move. This is not to move, because if it's at the 10 pounds, it won't move. And I have to regulate it using my flames, not using this. This is only going to prevent the pressure inside of the can so that it will not exceed 15 pounds. So guys, the first batch came out really well. We're going to be making some recipes with it. I'll let you know this is the first batch or whatever. I got some more things I'm going to can, and as I can them, I'm going to show them to you as I can them, because I've got to get my stockpile up. I've got lots of canning jars. If I can fill these up, I think I'll be pretty close to where I want to be. I'll be close. Just close. Like I said, I want to have a nice stockpile. So anyway, guys, I will see you in the next video, and I love you, and I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing day, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.